Remember, they're changing my voice. America's problem in regards to why these shootings keep happening is simple. I've been researching this for a long time. As the son of two doctors, a brain surgeon's son, who put these type of things before my college degree. So I really neglected my degree in IT to where I've forgotten a lot of that information. And I put the main emphasis on what matters most, priorities, right? And, and it is obvious what America's problem is. And it is that they have the same occult belief system, cultural value system as the Ku Klux Klan, the same direction. Bear with me now. Including the blackest people you know in America. When they look at this situation, it's like their conception of masculinity is wrong. So why can't you think of a single actor, especially a white actor, who is normal, right? Why do they all put on airs? Why do people emulate the TV, right? It's cheap TV program, TV channel. Because they never really developed into men and women, okay? Because they don't go for what is right, right? Normal is a play on words for and moral. The letter N for and, moral. Okay, they had the same direction. So think about the hangings. More than the Klan would show up in the hangings and take a picture. You say, why did these people take a picture with some person they lynched? Popular culture a lot of times there's a black person. Why did they take a picture there? Why did they look tough at the camera? It doesn't make you tough. You're some skinny white guy in the sticks. You're not the toughest guy that ever lived or something. You're not a martial artist. You're not necessarily good at boxing. Everyone and their mom is some Leonard that can shoot a gun. That's neither here nor there. So why are they acting tough? Because they're fucked in the head. Now why are they fucked in the head? Because they're from a long line of people with poor cultural values, which resulted in poor breeding. Some people talk about inbred, but it's not just the inbred white person. It's everybody who accepts the occult direction of society. Okay, now some people you might be still confused. Well, gang members, for example, they're very much into the occult. Prison gangs, they have all kind of occult symbols. You do any research into it, FBI admits it. These gang members quite often admit it. It's out there, but they're not the only ones, obviously. Emos, goths, rockers, rock and roll people love the occult. And look at all the genres of rock and roll, the death metal and heavy metal and on and on and on. Look at the names of the bands, the symbols. Everyone knows it. Why was Crowley so popular in Hollywood? How many people does Hollywood influence? Why did the gay agenda spread like wildfire? Because they had a pre-existing occult system that allowed for people to take on any system that they believed was satanic with ease. They're just a bunch of Satanists saying what's in their best interest. And of course, as much as people don't want to admit it, that's basically, in its sum total form, looking at the bigger picture, the bigger grouping of it, it's basically Western culture in general. Name one Western culture. Certainly, it seems like every culture in the world these days, but we'll start with Western culture. Name one Western culture that isn't satanic. It does not exist. Again, my kingdom is not this world. That's what the Bible is saying too. In their own Bible in the West, it says Satan is the god of this world. That's all the cultures in the world. When the whore is sitting on the waters, right? And waters have reproductive implications. And it says it stands for the nations, the languages, the peoples, right? Obviously the cultures. So all the cultures that you see. So why do they hang those people, in that way? Okay, they might have hung them because they actually did something wrong. They might have hung them because they didn't do something wrong. That's kind of lost in history. Sometimes it was wrong. They did something wrong. Sometimes they didn't. But always the people who hung them were always wrong because they were insisting on the satanic values that are in common with the Klan. And of course, Nathan Bedford Forrest, who started the Klan, was a Freemason, just like George Washington. So it's like the foundation of modern Western society.